Morning again. Nikki here with Yoga Meets Therapy and Berkshire Yoga Dance and Fitness, and we're here with another gentle class this morning. Excuse me. So typically my gentle classes range between a more therapeutic gentle to a gentle vinyasa. So sometimes they're kind of right in the middle, sometimes they're on one end, sometimes they're towards the other. Just a way to kind of get out a multitude of gentle styles. So I never know what's coming because it's very organic. All right. Again, make sure you have what you need. Any homemade props or anything grabbed around the house to help support you in your practice. And just a reminder that to support your own body, so doing or not doing anything that suits or doesn't suit your body, and also modifying anything. So if we're doing something from a standing position and you'd prefer to be seated, then give it a try. See how it works seated. If we're doing something and you want to drop knees or find a way to be more supported in it, feel free to do that. Again, just kind of finding ways for you to support your own body, since you are the expert in your body and nobody else knows what's going on there except for you. So, all right, let's find our way to eyes closed. And again, you can be in any posture with starting out. And just take a few breaths to let yourself get settled. Transition from wherever you were and start to be here now. In body, in breath, on your mat. And just notice the breath. Or to notice any sensations in the body, whether they come from the breath or if they're already there. And take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And let the breath fall out or sigh out the mouth. Take a couple more of those. Inhale through the nose. Falling out. And let the body start to find some movement. Giving yourself an opportunity to just check in, see where you're at today. No right, no wrong. Just kind of explore the places that might be a little tight or grab your attention. And also explore the places that might not feel too much sensation. And feel free to keep the eyes closed as you start your exploration here. Letting yourself really notice what's happening from the inside. And just taking inventory of what's happening or not happening in the body. Through movement, through breath. And start to grow that movement to get a little bit bigger. Expand out through the body a little bit more. Maybe start to engage parts of the body a little bit more. Again, just remembering there's no right or wrong, just an opportunity to start moving your own body, getting it a little bit bigger, a little bit more engaged, bringing a little bit more breath into the body, a little deeper. And then find a posture where you just want to explore for a little bit. It can be a backward bend or a forward fold, or however it works best for your body in this moment. So really let that flow or that sequence be simple. And find your way to another posture that kind of felt big for you in that initial exploration, and just play with that for a little bit. And then start to go between them. Find your way from one posture and just playing with two postures. So starting with that first posture, take a couple deep breaths, and then come into that other posture. And just keep kind of flowing back and forth between the two. Knowing that it might kind of shift or change to better suit where you're at right now. So it might get a little bit bigger or maybe get a little smaller. Just notice where you are in your body this morning, today. And find your way to neutral. Any neutral, can be any posture or position where you feel a little bit less sensation. And take some breaths there. Noticing what's happening in the body. Noticing what those last two postures kind of moved around, or how they created sensation or change in the body. And take a deep breath in through the nose. Let it fall out. And keeping yourself in neutral, but finding a way to open up the heart a little bit, whether it's sitting up or standing up, just to kind of bring the spine long again. And you can be seated, standing, or even lying down. Find a way to be able to bring the hands to the heart on the chest. And take a nice deep breath in, letting it fall out. How are you being? with yourself right now? How are you being with your body? And take another deep breath in through the nose. Let the breath fall out. And ask yourself, ask your body, what do I need from my practice? There might be an answer and there might not be. Just notice. Let the hands fall down. Take one more deep breath and let it fall out. Find your way to standing. Noticing the entire way that you get there. Take your time. And if standing doesn't work for you, you can sit in a chair or on a block or something like that, or even on the edge of a bed or a couch. And from standing, bring the eyes to a close. Take a deep breath, letting it fall out. And just notice your new posture, new orientation in the body, on your mat. I'm going to reach the arms up, overhead, and just reach. Reach up, reach down, reach up through the fingers, reach down through the feet. See if you can get really long here. And breathe. And then see if you can get really big. So maybe that means just taking a standing straddle and reaching the arms out, or anything else that just starts to feel a little bigger in your body. Get nice and big. Reach through everything. And maybe your big has a little movement to it. Maybe it doesn't. Just explore big for a little bit. What does it feel like to be big in your body right now? Maybe you're noticing some resistance and you don't want to be big. So notice that too. Let the arms fall if they're still reached up or reaching out. Find your way back to neutral. And just notice. Notice how you are right now. Walk the feet in so that they're either hip width distance or a little bit wider than hip width. Bring the hands to the hips. You can either bring fists to the lower back or anything else that feels appropriate. Start to push the hips forward, lift the heart, and come into a backward bend here. Again, find a backward bend that you can sustain. So notice if you go really deep and you think, oh my God, I can't stay here for very long. So what if you came out of it a little bit and found your way into a backward bend that's works for you? You're going to be here for a few breaths, so take your time kind of exploring that too much, too little. We're going to call that an edge. That deep edge, the part that's too much, and then that really soft edge, the part that's too little. And that's just the physical edge. To find your edge, the one that's just right for you. Find your way back up, back into neutral. And start to forward fold. And take your time. Maybe knees are bent, maybe they're straight. Maybe you're being very active in your forward fold, or maybe you're just hanging out. Wherever you choose to be. Notice what edge you're in. Maybe it's just a physical edge. Maybe it's soft or deep. Maybe it's another edge. Maybe it's more emotional or subtle. And find a way to root the hands into the floor. And walk the feet back. Lifting the hips. Notice where edge is now. How are you being with that edge? How are you being with self, with body? Let's step one foot forward towards the hands. Notice what's happening in the body. Just take some time here. Notice if there's anything that wants to shift or change, or maybe there's a part in the body here that wants a little exploration. What do you do to listen to that? Just kind of knowing that there's no right or wrong, just your body, and an opportunity to explore in posture. And just breathe. Notice sensation. Notice breath. And let the posture shift and change as you notice other parts of the body that might want a little attention. How do you find your way into those? How do you listen to your body now? How do you create sensation and then soften it? And how do you find your way into transition to the other side? Again, just taking time to explore, create, move, finding the places that want sensation and that want your attention right now, and finding ways to get into them. Different parts of the body. This side might be totally different than your other side. What do you do to listen? Deep breath in. Let it fall out. And find your way into neutral. Any posture might be a little bit more neutral, so you can notice the effects of your exploration. Bringing the eyes to a close once you get there. Taking a deep breath in and letting it fall out. And what's happening now? In body, in breath, in self. How do you let it be there? Start to find your way all the way on your belly, on your mat, lying face down. Again, if anything needs to adjust for that, maybe being on the belly doesn't work for you, so you find another way. Bring the forehead to the floor or the chin. And start to lift the head up off the floor. And start to peel the chest away from the floor, coming into a backward bend. Arms can be anywhere that feels right. And breathe. Noticing how edge comes in to this posture. How maybe it's a little different than edge you've explored in some of the other postures. Deep breath in. Let it fall out. And then slowly, very slowly, start to come out of the posture, lying flat on the belly once again. Take a deep breath. Let it fall out. Start to lift one leg off the floor. Just one. And really start to notice that side. Just that side. Reach that same side arm up overhead. Then maybe start to lift that arm. Just noticing that engaged side. Really paying attention to it. And then release it. Take a deep breath in. And let it fall out. And then lift the other leg up. Again, just starting with the leg. And start to notice only that side. Reach that same arm up overhead. And then start to lift the arm. And just notice that engaged side. Really focus on it. Focus on sensations, edge, feelings, maybe even thoughts that start to arise, or stories. as you play on this side. And release. And notice what's happening now. Let's bring the hands underneath the shoulders and push yourself up to hands and knees. I'm going to bring the hips back and feel free to take a nice wide kneed stance here. See if you can create a nice edge, maybe in the hips or the back or wherever else you feel it. And shift or change as it needs to happen so that you can be in a posture that's most true for you right now. Deep breath in. Let it fall out. How are you being with self right now? Slowly start to transition. We're going to come to lie on the back. So move really slowly. Notice every movement, every sensation of your transition. Deep breath in. Let it fall out. Let's bend the knees. Bring the feet flat on the floor. Start to push into the feet and lift the hips here. And take any variations if you want to move this and make it bigger or more supported. Check in with yourself. What do you need? And how will it best support you in your practice? How can you just be with what is right now in your body? release. Deep breath in. Let it fall out. Hug the knees in however you can. Maybe it's just one knee or the other. Maybe they're both together. And roll over to one side. With knees bent, take that top arm, reach it up and over, coming into a twist. If you need support, feel free to take pillows or anything underneath that top arm that's extended up and over. Notice sensation and breath here. Slowly start to find your way back to the side, coming out of the twist. Roll onto your back, hugging the knees in again. And then drop the knees to the other side. Roll over onto that side. Bring that top arm up and over again, supporting underneath that shoulder and arm, if that works better for you. Take a deep breath. Let it fall out. What's it like to be here now? And start to come out of the twist. Come back through center, lying flat on the back. You can hug your knees in again, or take any other movement or posture that feels appropriate to kind of close out your practice or release the last couple postures. We're going to come into a final relaxation. So any posture that allows you to kind of be neutral or softer. A place where you can kind of just let go. Take a deep falling out breath. And slowly start to find some movement back in the body. Eventually finding your way to a seat with eyes closed. Take a nice deep breath in. Let it fall out. Take another even deeper. Let's bring the hands to the heart or to the belly or both. Letting yourself really notice that connection with self, with body. Breathe into it. Take a moment here to thank your body for supporting you in its practice. What's that like? Giving your body, yourself, some gratitude. And take another deep breath in, letting it fall out. And ask your body, ask yourself, what do I need today as I enter into the rest of my day? Is there a certain way that I'd like to be with myself? Or something that I need to do to self-care and honor where I'm at right now? Or maybe there's not an answer, and what's it like to be okay with that? Just being in the moment right now, not knowing. Let's bring the hands to heart center with the palms pressing together. Gently bow the head in towards the fingertips. Sealing in your practice, sealing in your body knowledge. And we'll close with an Om. Inhaling together. Namaste. Thank you. And just for your knowledge, I suppose, this was a class that was really geared towards the therapeutic side of yoga and yoga therapy inspired. And I am offering online yoga therapy one-on-one with clients right now. So if that's something that you're interested in, or if something came up today in your class that you'd like to explore or discuss a little bit further, please feel free to reach out. My email is yogameetstherapy@gmail.com. You can look me up on the web at yogameetstherapy.com or on Facebook at Yoga Meets Therapy. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.